Welcome back to Film at 11 on Vicksburg Daily News. I'm Tommy Parker. Joining me again tonight is District Attorney Ricky Smith. You referenced a couple of nights ago, and I want to bring this back to the forefront. You have a member of your staff on a grant, Lane Campbell.
I do.
Hopefully that grant will be renewed, but if it's not, you're going to be in a position where you're going to have to go to the Board of Supervisors and say, I need more money. And as I'm well aware, you've on occasion had to already go in and say, I need more money. Warren County is the major contributor, I'm sure, although you have two other counties under your office. How have the budget restrictions of 2011, have they hampered your efforts? Or you could always use more money?
Right.
Sure.
Right. We could always use more, but as far as now, they have not. The Board of Supervisors have been good about it, helping us with some expenses that we have. But I do anticipate at some time in the future asking to bring Lane on full time. It's good now that, and let me tell you the way it has worked in the past. We get a grant, but it's a 75-25 match, which means that I have to pay 25% of the grant, and the state, through the federal funding, pays the other 75%. The 2 years I've had Lane, we have paid that out of our worthless check unit funds. But I can tell you that doing that for 2 years, especially with the fact that our worthless check units, and that's true all over the state, the worthless check units are dying out because people don't use checks as much as they used to, and some of the larger corporations have gone to these check companies that guarantee the checks for the companies. So I can say that we've not it's not cost the county a single dime to have Lane here for the 2 years that he's been here. It's not cost the county a single dime to have Joe Goad here for the pretrial intervention program, because that pays for itself. The people who are in the program have to pay a monthly supervision fee, and that originally was being paid out of the worthless check unit also, but now it funds itself because we have enough people in it to pay it. But there's going to come a time when that worthless check unit money is not there, and that's quickly coming. The good thing is we've had Lane here now 2 years, and I have the numbers to show the difference in having that third assistant district attorney with me and not. The number of cases we're able to handle, the amount of fines that we're able to assess against defendants, and it's been a significant increase with Lane here. So I think that just having him here, he pretty much pays for himself with the money that goes back to the county and the general fund from the fines that we assess against the defendants. But there will come a time when I'm going to need some help on keeping him here.
Now, one of the things that's really become a hot topic, especially this last year, is the possibility of the Board of Supervisors redoing, in conjunction with the court, the method of public defenders. Your thoughts on that? Well,
and that's they've talked to us a good bit about that, especially when they first started thinking about it. Right now, the method of appointing a public defender is the attorneys in the community who want to do public defense work are on a list, and they're picked by rotating basis. Just the next one up gets the next case. I know the Board of Supervisors had some difficulty with that the first year or two I was here because of the amount that it was costing the community every year to fund that. The judges, Judge Patrick specifically, has now, with Judge Cheney, has implemented a process whereby it limits the amount that the public defenders can charge. But I think that there is still some concern with the Board of Supervisors on how much that's costing. The only other option is to go to a part-time or full-time public defender's office, and there are drawbacks with that also. So I guess that's a question better answered by the Board of Supervisors as to whether they want to expend the funds to create a full-time or part-time public defender's office, or if they feel that by limiting the amount that the public defenders are charging, that they can keep the cost down.
One other thing to digress back into the drug issue, about off the top of your head, what percentage of the cases that your office addresses would you say are drug offenses or drug related?
The majority, vast majority, are either drug offenses or drug related. Because generally the house burglaries, the automobile burglaries, those types of things are crimes to obtain property to sell for drugs. So I've never really put down a number on it. We have just obtained a new computer program from the state that will help us in the future be able to identify those numbers more readily. We're just getting that started. We've had it now for about 3 or 4 weeks. We had waited, of course, anything that you do with the state sometimes takes a while. We had waited basically since I was in office. They've been promising to get here and get it for us since I was elected. And we just started it about 3 weeks ago, and hopefully in the future I can give numbers, fairly specific numbers. But I can tell you just by knowing what we do that the vast majority have some connection with drugs.
In closing, any final thoughts for our viewers?
I ask anybody out there that if you see anything going on, if you see a crime occurring, if you know there's something wrong in your neighborhood, notify law enforcement, because that's the only way that we can help the community is by getting the information from the community that we need to prosecute these individuals who are terrorizing their neighborhoods or selling drugs from their homes, just making the neighborhoods go down. We need public support to do that. And my office I have an open door policy. If you know something's going on that you think I need to know about, please come tell me.
We'll be back tomorrow night with more on Film at 11.